We're here today with Diane Schroeder, and it's always a pleasure to talk with you, Diane. Um, your work invites viewers into a very thoughtful and engaging visual conversation, which we're going to talk a little bit about today. So, welcome. Always nice to see you.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Yep, my pleasure. Your work often carries a strong sense of mood and atmosphere. When you begin a piece, are you guided more by an emotional idea, a visual image, or the materials themselves?
Well, I have to say it's all three of those. It's emotional. The materials I use are very influential in what the piece is going to be, and the visual is often a surprise of what's going to come.
Many artists develop a visual language over time. What elements in your work do you feel have become most characteristic of your style?
Well, I have to say that I use a lot of metallics, paint that has a metallic feel to it, like a silver paint or a gold paint or iridescent paints that create some motion in the actual paint itself. It takes on a characteristic of reflection of light, and that is most characteristic in my work. And I think that also the contrast of matte materials like rice paper, tissue paper, ribbons, all kinds of found things are also influential in my work.
That leads to my next question. What kinds of influences or life moments most often find their way into your work?
Well, as you know, I live about 100 yards from Lake Michigan. So there's constant motion in the atmosphere. The clouds are always different, the light is always different, and it reflects into the water that is a different color every day. For, the 20 years that I've lived here, I have no two colors alike. So I try to um, use that as an influence, as well as the rocky shoreline that contrasts with all of that, and the park and so forth. What I most often try to do is get a sense of motion in my paintings. So if you were to look at my paintings as just a snapshot in a photograph, there would be no motion. But as you can experience them in a room, you can walk across from one side to the other as if you're walking in a landscape, and there is a difference in the light and the color and the movement that's happening in those paintings. So that is what I'm trying to create, which is why I use so many metallics.
Yeah, I think it's pretty successful. When viewers encounter your artwork for the first time, what kinds of reactions or reflections do you hope your work might inspire?
Well, I'm hoping that people will get a sense of something that resonates in their own life immediately and draws them in so that they're experiencing the motion and the new um, resonation of what is happening as life goes on. I mean, you're constantly emotionally changing, and these paintings, I think, can be interpreted and reinterpreted and um, become actually a part of one's life as opposed to just a picture on a wall.
I must say they are very easy and lovely to live with. They are just beautiful, and I think you're exactly right what the reaction is. So I'd like to thank you. Your answers were fantastic, and always nice to see you. And keep painting. We'll see you soon.
Thank you.